Hello, Papaschu here. Welcome to the forest. Got things going on. All right. Cher's not cooperating with me today. Hey, all right. Well, I'm going to say if I got my sound on, think I'm all set, ready to go. I was wrong. Well, maybe a little bit wrong. Not too much. We're going to go over the new Valorant, and I'm going to close my door. Cass decided they're going to have a fuss on each other. Had to put the wife to bed. She had her surgery. Her knee is still not quite healed yet. But we're going to go over Valoryn. And we're going to see how I've got them set up and run them through a few things. So let me find my raid and get started here. Glad you could join. Everybody's catching me live. Please feel free to chat with me. All right, so just logged in, and we still got the Valorant chase going on. This is phase 1. This is the last one. We get that 2 stars and log into the game. Now to fulfill the rest of these for the rest of the phase 2, which we just ran into, and if you do phase 2 completely, you'll get his little avatar and you'll get up to the 5 stars. But what you do is you 130 energy, easy to do. Just do 10 campaigns per day, win 10 arena battles. That's just do your 5 classics and 5 3 versus 3, and then open shard. You're going to do that for one of the quests. Easy to do. Just got to do it every day before time runs out. And what have we got? Mini pack. Some free stuff. We got a couple other things going on right now. We've got that still going on. We've got clan versus clan. And got a lot of things to collect, looks like. And just doing a little bit of housework here. I like to, first thing I do when I log in is I clean up all the red dots. Well, as many as I can. Do I have 1,000 anything? No. Do I have any stones? I can't say it. Soul stones? I do have one. Help out in clan versus clan a little bit. Blah. Not worth keeping. Not for me anyway. Get rid of that one. Pussy. All right, so I'm not going to go through all the things for dailies today. I'll do them a little bit later at the end if you want to hang out with me. And if you would, please go ahead and hit the like and subscribe buttons so you don't miss the day when I post a new video. I do them live every Tuesday and Friday at 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. And let's get right to it. Scroll on down, find my guy here. He's somewhere to be seen right there. Vallaryn the Equalizer. I'm going to make this a little. As you can see, I got him up to level 60. I've got him ascended. I don't have any stars yet on him. Let's go ahead and do this as we just got it. Wrong thing. Let's go ahead and open that up. Come on. So many pop-ups. Give him his 2 awakenings. The only thing I haven't checked on it, this is the first one. I've got 6 accounts, and this is the first one I've actually done the awakening on. So I wonder what kind of blessing we should put on him. Anybody got any ideas? Speak up. All right. No speaking. Got to do a little cleanup on my screen. Okay, going back to him. I know he's around here somewhere. He's hard to find, isn't he? Well, I can always do it the easy way. Oh, you know what? He's at the top now. Putting the red stars moved him. So, let's see. We know what he's got here for his attacks. So on his A1, attacks one enemy 2 times. Each hit heals this champion by 20% of the damage inflicted. Each hit also has a 50% chance of placing a heal reduction debuff for 2 turns. And on his A2, attacks all enemies, has a 75% chance of placing a 25% weaken debuff and a leech debuff on all enemies for 2 turns. And that's with a 4-turn cooldown, reduced to 3 once you get them booked, if you get them booked. We're going to see if he's actually worth booking. Okay, and his A3 attacks 1 enemy 2 times. Before attacking, removes all debuffs from this champion and swaps HP with the target. Now, I had a little bit of misunderstanding on how that worked because it wasn't very clear. But we've come to learn that he's kind of like Emerus, where he will only swap with somebody, an enemy who has a higher HP than he does. If the HP that he's attacking, if the champ that he's attacking has a lower HP, it won't swap. So that kind of nullified something negative I was saying about him last time. All right, and then he will ignore 15% of the target's defense, will ignore 30% of the target's defense, and any shield buffs instead if this champion's current HP is greater than the target's. So there you go. Instead of so what will happen is if the other target has a higher HP and you swap, he'll only ignore 15% of the damage, or I'm sorry, the defense. If he doesn't get the swap done, then he ignores 30% of the target's defense and any shield buffs and does his damage that way. And then on his passive, the active effects decreases the cooldown of one of this champion's skills by 2 turns whenever this champion loses 30% or more HP from an enemy skill in a single turn. And his passive is champion counterattacks with the default skill each time an enemy is healed by a skill. Occurs once per turn. All right, so based on that, let's see. What would be a good blessing for him? Well, we could always go with Indomitable Spirit, blocking any stun, sheep, fear, true fear, freeze, and provoke debuffs whenever an enemy tries to place them on this champion. Actually, that's kind of odd. I'm surprised that more people aren't using that one now that we've got a couple of champs in the meta that do exactly that. It's I may just actually do that. Has a chance of restoring a portion of any destroyed max HP. No, I don't think so. So let's jump up to intimidating presence. Strengthens the aura. Lightning cage. Whenever an enemy receives a buff or has their turn made filled, places one lightning orb. Hmm. Honestly, I think I'm liking that Indomitable Spirit. Um, Decreases the damage from poison, HP burn, and bombs. Well, increases. No, he doesn't do any of that. Temporal chains or Ward of the Fallen. Ward of the Fallen. Uh, I don't think any of these. Honestly, I do think that that Indomitable Spirit is going to be the best one I want to put on him. I mean, we could do Polymorph or Brimstone. That's not bad. I'm sure Hell Hades' website recommends Cruelty or Crushing Rend. Always does. When the HH team doesn't know what to put on, those are the two to put on them. We're not going to have to worry about Nature's Wrath. Uh, True Fear. Increases damage inflicted by this to Stone Skin. I would not mind that one. That's another good choice, I think, for him. Cracking Roots. You want to get through that Stone Skin. Too bad this doesn't include the new one, the Mercurial. Maybe they'll update it sometime and include Mercurial. Oh. You know what? I think I am going to go with the Indomitable Spirit. Has a chance of blocking any stun, sleep, fear, true fear, and provoke debuffs whenever an enemy tries to place them on this champion. And it only has a one-turn cooldown. And plus, we're getting so that's a 5% chance, and we get additional HP and attack. And by the time you get down to the 5 stars, you're going to get a 15% chance of blocking those debuffs. Sure, why not? It's worth a try. All right, so going on to what I have for his artifacts. I went with the Stone Skin and Chronophage. I would have preferred to do Stone Skin 9-piece to increase his shield's value, but I didn't have the 3 accessories in Stone Skin. So instead, I went with the Chronophage to get some resistance and speed. And of course, on the Stone Skin, you get two turns of Stone Skin, and which also gives you a 50% chance of blocking removals. All right, and so typically we have a speed boots and the best ones I have in Stone Skin have accuracy and crit rate 3 times, triple roll or crit rate. On the chest, accuracy and some more speed and attack. Since his attacks are based on ATK, we want to try to boost that as well. The gloves, I didn't have a crit damage, but I did have a crit rate, and we've got an ATK on that, and of course defense and HP. We're trying to keep him alive, so HP is a good thing. On the shield, we have some crit damage, accuracy, a double roll, and speed. On the helmet, I went with some crit rate and crit damage and some ATK. And on the weapon, we've got ATK doubled up here, crit damage, speed, and accuracy. So that's going to give us our stats. Now, being only a level 90, 90 something. I think it was 92, 94. You don't get all the full stats yet. But for now, and these are subject to change as I get better equipment. But our total stats, we have 41,000 HP. Our attack is at 4,314. Speed 188, a little shy of the 200 that I really wanted to get, but we have our crit rate at 102 and crit damage at 164, and then the accuracy at 335. We want to be able to land those debuffs. His speed is important, but it's not as important because he's going to be a nuker. So possibly, having your other champs go first and landing some debuffs helps him out. Then on the masteries, we went with some of the standards for a nuker. Copy this off of Hell Hades. Additional crit rate by 5%. Increases damage inflicted to shield debuffs. Crit damage increase. Damage to inflict increases damage inflicted to targets with less than 40% HP by 8%. Increases damage inflicted by 8% for the first hit. So basically all the stuff that increases damage going down the line. 30% chance of decreasing the cooldown of a random skill by 1 turn. If the damage inflicted by a skill is 30% target's max HP. Again, increasing the damage inflicted. Increases damage inflicted. And Helm Smasher has 50% of the chance of ignoring 25% of the target's defense. For skills that ignore defense, this 25% is in addition to the amount ignored by the skill. So normally it has 50% chance. Then on the support side, I have another one, and I think I just ignored what Hell Hades had and went with the offense and defense portions of it. We may cover that tonight if the time permits. We want increasing the accuracy is what I want to do. Again, more accuracy. Continuing on with increasing the accuracy. Base stats increased by 15%. And then Master Hexer. Extend duration of any debuff cast by this champion by one turn. Will not extend stun, sleep, freeze, blah, blah, blah. And he doesn't have any of those, so it's good. All right, so That's his basic setup. It's not unusual. Stone skin, and I just choked on my drink, trying to do it in a hurry. I would pause, but there's no pausing live video. Oh my goodness. Sorry about that. Throat was hurting. I had to get a drink. Mm. Upgrade a weapon. Okay, anyway, what am I going to do here? Chasing red dots. All right, so let's see how he does in different battles. We're going to go start with campaign. Can he solo Palace of Arabia on Brutal? We'll take her out and put him in. Not really his strong point, but we'll give it a shot. He's not going to be very fast. Boom. That was his first one. Was his attacks everybody. So he's not taking a whole lot of damage, and he's doing pretty good himself. And 159,000. And let's compare that to Alice. Probably should be about the same since you killed everybody the same. Notice Alice takes a little bit less time here. And 151 because she didn't kill that one enemy. All right, so he's good there. He can solo campaigns, same as a lot of the other champions. How does he do in dungeons? Well, let's go to the event dungeon and see how he does. We're going to do stage 20. Let's put him in place of our big damage dealer there. Find him in here. Forgot to do a super raid. And down he goes. So he's a bit squishy. And Mavara didn't pick him up. But even though he went down, he still did 151,000 damage. More than Lady Mikage. But not quite as much as Ezio or Alas. And going back. All right, so he's not set up for PvE. He's set up for PvP. So let's see how he does in Classic Arena. We've got one here. This looks like it could possibly kill me. I don't know this. Sabrael the Distant. Well, we'll see what happens. Probably wipe out my team anyway. Throw him in there instead of Alice. And let's see what we can do here. So now I put the stone skin on him, so he at least gets to get a chance to go. All right, so we're going to start with this. And we're going to lay that on everybody. And all right, attacks all enemies. Has a 75% chance of placing a weaken. So let's see what we get here. All right, his turn to go. Get rid of that. Okay, and we're down to something forcing him to go. Don't particularly like that, but he stood his ground. Only 58,000, but actually that was better than Alice. Definitely better than Arbiter, and almost as good as Empress. And I'm not going to keep going there. Don't really need to worry about him on the tag team. I might throw him in there. Clan boss, he's not going to be good for a clan boss, even if I do have one. He's more of a PvP. So he's not going to be a meta champion. If you've got, if you don't have any of the other champions that are in the meta, let's say you're level 50 something and you just got Vallaryn, he'll be good for you. You may not have stone skin. You can try one of the other sets that help protect. I may siege. He'll probably be decent for siege. So let's see. I've got some Grim Forest. If can find a mimic. Well, he's not gonna. I can't put him in there anyway. I've already started the season, so I won't be able to throw him in yet. And siege is just PvP. Curse City. Don't think I can throw him in here. See if I can take him out. I can put him in. One shot. So he's not too slow. If I could get him faster, it'd probably be better. But like I said, once I get higher level, I can pick up more of the Great Hall, which will help him gain some more of those stats. Just basically building up his stats a little bit more will help him out. He's a fairly average champion, but he's not bad. I would kind of rank him on about the same level as probably some Wukong, maybe a little bit. So I would give him a B plus, maybe, possibly an A. He's definitely not S tier. But look at the damage he did here. 102,000 versus Artax 62 and Helicast 90. So he's definitely holding his own. Not a bad champion. All right, so that's Vallaryn. Now, what else we've got going on right now? We have a progressive event, and we have not a 2X, but we have two events on the Ancient Shards. Summon Legendary and get a different extra. So we've got a 2-for-1 and the progressive event. I've already got Wixwell. Could use a newt for sure, and it doesn't matter with the epic. But I'll go ahead and pull a few shards. I've got 82. Let's go ahead and pull house and see if I get anything. So we're going to pull 40 shards, and hopefully we'll get something. Keep our fingers crossed. All right, here's the first 10. All right, a bunch of rares, nothing worth writing home about. Then the Nassel, Epic, Support Champion from the High Elves. He has ally resistance. Attacks all enemies, decrease the duration of all enemy buffs by 1 turn. Plays 60% increased defense buff on all allies for 2 turns. Heals all allies by 25% of this champion's max HP, which he's got a starting max HP of 5,000. Attacks 1 enemy, has a 15% chance of placing a sleep debuff for 1 turn. All right, on to the next 10. All right, bunch of rares again, and 1 epic. Ishma. Passive. Heals this champion by 3% of their max HP whenever an enemy receives damage from a poison debuff. And A3 attacks 1 enemy, has a 75% chance of decreasing the duration of all buffs on the target by 1 turn. Also has a 75% chance of increasing the duration of all debuffs on the target by 1 turn. A2 attacks all enemies. Was this all enemies? No, it's just 1. All enemies has a 75% chance of placing a 25% weaken debuff for 2 turns. And on the A1, attacks 1 enemy 2 times. Each hit has a 20% chance of placing 5% poison debuff. So A1 places poison, passive, heals his champion whenever the enemy gets damage from that poison. And all right, next 10. That'll make 30. Let's see what we get. Another epic, Maruka, Stag Knight. Well, they got the selected one, didn't I? All right. So Maruka, she's an orc. Weakest faction in the thing is orcs. Each time this champion is hit, increases their defense by 2.5%. Stacks up to 20%. Resets each round. Has a revive on death for all allies for 2 turns. And A2 removes all buffs from a target ally, then heals them by 50%. A1 attacks 1 enemy, Each hit has a 15% chance of placing 30% decreased speed debuff for 2 turns. And that's the big decreased speed. And then we have Stag Knight. Only 3 things for him. We have a passive, which is a places an increased accuracy on any ally for 1 turn each time the ally has a debuff resisted by an enemy. And the A2 attacks all enemies, has a 75% or 70% chance of placing a 60% decreased defense debuff and a 50% increased attack debuff for 2 turns. Then on the A1, we have an ascended skill. If not ascended, attacks 1 enemy 2 times. Each hit has a 30% chance of placing a 15% decreased speed debuff for 2 turns. And once he's ascended, the debuff, the decrease goes up to 30% instead of 15%. All right, we have 10 more to do. I did not want to hit that one. Oh well. Jurogen. Seeker. Okay, so Jurogen. A1 attacks 1 enemy, has a 45% chance of placing 50% decrease ATK, debuff for 2 turns. A2 places a shield buff on this champion for 2 turns, equal to 25% of their max HP. Then attacks 1 enemy, places a provoke debuff for 1 turn. If the target's max HP is equal to or lower than this champion, the provoke debuff cannot be resisted. A3 attacks 1 enemy, will ignore 25% of the target's defense. Will also ignore unkillable and block damage. Good champ to have. Passive will receive 25% less damage from enemy attacks when this champion enemy HP drops below 50%. Okay, well that's going to be it on polls. I'm going to save those. We have another event coming up. It's a guaranteed event. So I want to save by the shards for that. Usually I think the guaranteed event is if you pull 40 shards, you're guaranteed a champion. So I've got 40 left, and we're going to keep it that way. And that probably should have helped out the our clan versus clan score. This being a non-personal rewards, we're not shaking it very hard. We've got it up to the 1 ring. We started out earlier today with 0. They were all the way over here. Clan rewards. Have we got them all yet? Are we close? Yeah, we'll have all the milestones by tomorrow. No biggie. I don't know if I did any my upgrade skills on this one yet. Yes, I did. Don't have any books left, so everybody's been upgraded there. All right, well, the only thing left for me to do here today is to do my quests. And like I said, to finish this out, the Vallaryn chase, we opened up a shard, so that's got that. We've got the left to do. We've got the spend energy in 10 arena battles. So again, hit the like and subscribe if you're going to stay with me. We're just going to go through the rest of my daily quests to get them all taken care of, and fill out the Valorant chase. Oh, let's see. I need to upgrade. We're going to go with this one. I did not pull any green shards, so I don't think I have anything to work with there. So instead, we'll just use potions. Might as well max them out. Got that one taken care of. Artifacts. Didn't have any special things I had to do. So we're just going to do a shield. Hide those set filters. Bing, bang, boom. That's done. Classic Arena. Got to get a few more. 4 more. $148. I want to try that one to see if Vallaryn can hang on to this. All right, attacking one enemy 2 times before attacking. Remove all debuffs from this champion. He doesn't have any. Swaps HP. Will ignore defense and any shield. So he looks like he's got higher. All right, and do they have anything to remove here? No. Well, let's see what this one does. I guess everybody. Probably not. Oh, there it goes. Wipes them out. Then he goes ahead and replaces them anyway. And I'm always cautious of these 118s over 100 solos. They tend to be so high HP and high. All their stats are high, and they'll one shot you. They'll go first and one shot you. We're just gonna do an auto on this one. When I'm doing these for the quest, I like to find maybe if it's 3 or 4 champ team, something around 200 or below. If they're solos, pretty much anything under 100. Gets them done fast. And I don't mind using a few gems because I get them back easy enough. What do we got? Now, I put that one in here that he's immune to sheep, didn't I? Didn't I? Right? We put in he's indomitable spirit, immune to stun, sleep, fear, true fear, freeze, provoke. but not sheep. He puts a true fear, petrification and true fear. Nothing there. And true fear. Well, hey, let's give it a try. Why not? You can only lose. Took away everybody's. He locked out their A3s. Oh, not immune to sheep. So we don't get a chance to see what he can do here. So the enemy must have on that sheeping. All right. So to fulfill the thing now, I've done 5 of the classic arena. What I'll do now is another 5 of the 3 versus 3. To get that one done. My first team, all my mythicals. Second team, not all free champions. That was quick. Oh, let's see. Yeah, saving time. Time is of the essence. Now I've got 6 accounts, so for me, doing these as fast as possible is what I'm looking to do. If I only had 1 account or 2, I would probably be looking, just to see how hard of teams I could go against. Things that could take a little bit longer. That's why it's taken me 6 years to get my first account up to level 100. Yay! Hopefully, by the end of the year, all 6 of my accounts will reach level 100. Two more to go. I always wonder if my mic is working because I have nothing monitoring my sound. All I know is I've got a green dot telling me the microphone is on. Okay, one more. That and I didn't purchase an item at the market. How about that? That's probably why, because everything is expensive. And I'm not going to waste 5 gems to see if something else comes up and doesn't. I guess the only cheapest thing is this guy. Thought it looked kind of weird. Campaign battles. And let's see. I don't know how many left to go. We'll just do. We'll do 8 and hope that's enough. Because I've already done a couple today since reset. And you can see Alice does them really quick, 9 seconds, when she's all by herself. If you put in any other champ, she slows down. If you ever want to contact me other than through the chat at the underneath the video, I am on Channel 0 Discord, and I do frequent the Game International Channel 0. And I'm pretty sure the Discord is just called Channel 0. I'd bring it up if I can make sure that the computer doesn't crash. All right, so let's see what we've got. All right, so we've got these last 2 are done. We can collect the Plarium points. And yeah. And the name of the channel on Discord is Channel 0 Server. You got to put in the word server if you're hunting for it. Yeah. All right, you got to see this. I got to show you guys. That's just too funny. Replace your cat litter box with an Amazon box. When it's full, tape it up and place it on your front porch for someone to steal. Oh, maybe ship it back to Amazon. Tell them it's a return. We do get our cat litter from Amazon sometimes. That's funny. All right. Well, anyway, so that's about it for today. We went over Vallaryn, showed how he can handle himself in arena, places where he's good, places where he's not too good. You guys can decide whether you like him or not, but I think he may show up a few times. I think next time at the end of this Grim Forest, I'll probably throw him in, just so I can hopefully have him for Mimic, because I needed. Excuse me. I always need somebody for Mimic to do the block healing. A few more things. I have decided that even though I have completed the champion pass for this, there's 5 days to go. I'm not going to spend the $40. I've already got He-Man on this account, and the amount of times I use him is not very much. That's probably what's going to wind up happening to Valorant too. Is that even though they're okay, they're not champs that I'm going to be using a whole lot because I've got better champs for everything else. The only good thing is on Valorant is he's got that block heals. Last summon. Let's see, who did I wind up getting? So I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Forgot to go over Seeker, but I think you guys know Seeker. If not, we can look at him real quick. I probably have another one. Here's Seeker. I've got him in a bolster and a Defiant set. It's got a A1 doing a provoke. Is A2 increase attack. Plus fills the turn meters while allies by 30%. And he gets an extra turn. And on his passive, heals his champion by 20% and places increased defense buff on all allies for 2 turns. Good defensive champion. And I'm number 1 in this tournament. I don't even know if it's close. Classic Arena Takedown. Well, that's different. I'm not number 1 on this one. Where I am. was Rio's Madness Tournament. Just clear the event dungeon a number of times, get the rewards. I'm ahead by a little bit more than 1,000. There's 2 more days to go. I don't expect to win, but it would be neat if I did. All right. I do think that's the end of it today. So don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell to get notified of when new videos drop and when I go live. And this is Papaschu saying, peace out.